Good morning, everybody. Uh, Most of you are aware that I attended the MPI Summit in Greenwich, Connecticut on the weekend. And it was amazing. It was amazing. The whole knowing people, seeing people, watching people, hearing their voices online and with webcams and everything for some of them up to 2 years. And then and actually knowing these people, because the stories come up, our stories come up, our life, etc. We'll talk about in various calls, and then you walk into the room, and there's these people that you know, but you don't know. And it was a very interesting experience. The one I really wanted to share with you guys was the perception and the mindset that I wasn't aware, or I have kind of been aware of on the edges for many years. Is I've felt like an outsider for most of my life, not quite fitting, not quite knowing the behaviors, the rules, the boundaries to social gatherings, a lot of times pushing that envelope too far because I just didn't know. And then what would normally happen is I go out of my comfort zone a little bit. Like maybe I'd go talk to this person, or maybe I'd go talk to that person, or I'd wander up to this group and offer my opinion. And a lot of times I felt shut down. I felt very alone. I felt like and in some instances, I was offering a very different opinion or thought than what others had. And then I would retreat. And a lot of times I would leave that gathering, sometimes without even informing people. I'd just walk away. It was as though I'd done as much as I could. Now I needed to gather myself back up and get somewhere safe, you know. I don't know how else to describe it. I could go so far, and then I had to pull in, and I had to come home, and I had to regroup, etc. So this has been kind of a pattern for me for most of my life. Here's the thing. I went to the Mindset Summit, and what I noticed was that I didn't do that. Not only didn't I do that, I actually sought out people to talk to, people to share with, people to listen to, in a room full of people. And like I said, normally a room full of people, there were 70-something people there. And this room full of people would have been very draining for me to have spent 8 hours with. And then to actively seek people out for longer was unheard of. I had to go home. I had to gather my energy. When our mindset changes, our behaviors change. And we find a lot of like-minded people. And you know what's the cool thing? We share energy back and forth. The energy flows. It doesn't just go one way anymore. It flows, and it flows around through us, and it flows from all kinds of different people, and the ideas are there, and the embracing of difference is there. It's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I remember at one point during during the summit, that I had a memory come up that's particularly difficult for me, very, very emotional. And I went outside and I thought, well, I need to write this down. I didn't think, oh, I need to run back to the hotel or anything. It was, I need to write this down. And within a couple seconds, I think almost right behind me, one of my fellow NPCers, Eric McKay came out, and he sat down and he started talking. I looked at him, I said, I'm remembering something really horrific for me. Would you listen? And he said, yeah, sure. And before I knew it, I had 3 or 4 other people around me just listening. Not one of them tried to fix it. Not one of them said, oh my God, or that's horrible, or anything like that. All they did was listen. And then I got hugs afterwards. Who wouldn't love that, eh? And the one thing that was shared is Gary Sworney. He looked at me and said, and now you don't have to remember that again. You don't have to go through that again. You know, that is not now. That is not happening now. That happened way back there. And those behaviors, those feelings, that issue does not have to come forward to today. I am very, very blessed to be part of a movement that is going to change the world. I am very, very blessed to be sharing this with you. And I hope you can appreciate what a gift this is. And I hope you are going to start changing your mindset. I know a lot of you already have. I get messages that you're watching the videos every day. And some of this stuff you've started doing. And that's amazing. That's wonderful. Way to go. Get out of your way. In whatever way you can, get out of your way. Hugs and love, everybody. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.